video we will talk about slope of a line. Slope to be at angle to the horizontal. So if we have a horizontal line, let's say that's our horizontal, and let's draw a line for that one. That's horizontal line. So if I want to draw a line, let's start this line. Okay, let's draw a line on that one. So what is the angle of that one? So to be an angle, so it makes an angle to the horizontal. We call this angle slope. It's how we use. But in geometry, a measure of steep, an angle in a line has. So when we have a line, how much it has steep. So that's the slope in geometry. So actually this is vertical and horizontal change. When we talk easy way, it's vertical and horizontal change. So what kind of change we can have? Let's draw a line here. I will draw directly that line. As you see on that line, we will call a positive slope for this. Why? Okay, let's think about that one. You want to increase your x value. Think about it. So you are going from left to the right. You are low x and you want to go to greatest value of the x. So that's from left to right on x. But if you are on this line, you can only walk on that line when your x is increasing and still the y is changing the upside. So your y is increasing that way. So we call that one a positive slope. So the x value and y value increase together. So that's called positive slope. Let's start here. That's a positive slope. If you talk about the deadline, again you want to increase your x value. Think about you are here, the x is 8, so you want to increase your value to the 6. When you come in the 6 on the x-axis, as you see your y value decrease, you are going down. So for example, when x is 8, y is 6 nearest. So when you increase your x to the 6, your y become minus 8 or minus 10. So it's changed, that's decreasing on the y, so negative slope. It's easy way. From left to right, if you walk on the line, you increase, going up, positive slope. Going down, negative slope. That's all. Think about a line. Let's draw a line here. Let's put on the 3. Okay, this line is parallel to the x-axis. So think about you want to walk from left to right, so you change your x value, but y is all time 3. So as you see, it's on the 3 here, 3. The y is value all the time 3. So we call that one a zero slope. There is no change. So we call that one zero slope. Okay, let's think a line that will be parallel to y-axis. Let's put on the 3. Okay. The x is 4, but it's parallel to y-axis. You cannot change your x value. X all the time 4. You can only change your y value. So that's an undefined slope. So these are two special slopes. On the zero slope, that's an equation y equal 3. As you see, y equal 3, no change on the x. So no x on the equation. And that's only x equal 4, no y, and it's parallel to y-axis. No x and it's parallel to x-axis. Zero slope and undefined slope, that much. So what is slope in mathematics way? What's slope in mathematics way? Vertical change over horizontal change. So what does that mean? Vertical change over horizontal change. Let's see a graph. Okay, let's see this graph. You want to go from point D to the point A. That way. You are going up. So what change if you are on the x1? So the x value on the point D, your x value is x1. So you must go until here and the x2. What is the distance between these two? So everyone can say if I have x2 here 11 and x1 is 7, x2 minus, so 11 minus 7. So x2 minus x1, that's 11 minus 7, it's equal 4. This is distance between x1 and x2. What changed on the y-axis? I have in the point D, my y value is 2, and it's xy1, and as you see y2 value is 4. What is the distance between y1 and y2? How much I change on the y-axis when you move from D to the A? The change will be y2 minus y1, so 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2. These are how we find the change x and y axis when you calculate the change on the line. So what is our slope? The slope is a change. Slope is a change. What kind of change? Vertical change. So what is vertical change? y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1. What is horizontal change? Horizontal change is x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1. This is the rule to calculate the slope. Let's write here on that. Let's write it here. So what is vertical change? If we have 2 points, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x2 minus x1. This is the rule of the slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let me show that. X value, the point C, I have 2 points, C and D, x1, y1, x2, y2. So, what is the slope? How we calculate the slope? Slope is equal 6 minus 4 over 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4. So, 6 minus 4 is 2 over 8 minus 4, 4. 2 over 4. It's equal 1 over 2. Our slope is 1 over 2 and it's a positive slope. Positive 1 over 2 as you see. Let's change this line. Let's change this line. Here. This one is here. Okay, that's the point D, and let's put the point C here. Come on, a good point. Yeah, that point. As you see now, I have all numbers. For any points, you will get some value. As you see, any points you can get some values decimal. For any point, you will get some number, but I'm choosing an integer, so minus 4 and 7. So how can we calculate a negative slope line? Same idea. Let's say this is x1, y1. That's x2, y2. What is the slope? Slope equal y2, say minus 2, minus 7. Minus 7. Over x2 is 2 minus, what is it? Minus 4, so minus 4. Minus 2 minus 7, minus 9. 2 minus minus 4 is negative. No. 2 minus minus 4 is 6. Positive 6, not negative. Positive 6. That's equal negative 3 over 2. That's a negative slope. So how we calculate slope? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 if we have 2 given points. And this will not change when I change the points. Let's change the points here. Let's choose another point. Come on, I need an integer. This must be an integer, yes. Minus 2, minus 4. And let's change that one to do that point. 0 and 1. Okay, I have 2 different points now. Let's check that one. What is the point D? I'm going to write here. D is 0 and 1. What is the point C? Minus 2, 4. Minus 2 and 4. C is minus 2 and 4. So how can I calculate the slope of a line passed through this point? Is, as you see, this line passed through these 2 points. Let's say x1, y1, x2, y2. So slope, it's equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's equal 3 over negative 2. That's equal negative 3 over 2. As you see, the same answer. We get the same answer. So any point, if you choose any 2 points, the slope will be negative 3 over 2. Even you change the point, it doesn't matter. Slope is constant for any line. Okay, that's how we calculate the slope. So y2 minus y1 equal, so vertical change over horizontal change. That's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, let's find the slope of the line that passed through these 2 points. So we have 2 points and one line passed through these 2 points. Let's say x1, y1, x2, y2. What is the slope? Slope equal y2, what is y2? 1 minus, what is y1 is 7, 1 minus 7 over, what is x2 is 9 minus, what is x1 is 1. So 1 minus 7 is minus 6 over 9 minus 1 is 8. That's equal negative 3 over 4. The slope of that one, the slope of this line passed through to 1, 7 and 9, 1 is equal to negative 3 over 4. The table shows how much water was in a swimming pool as it was being filled. So find the slope of the line and explain what it shows. So the slope shows change and this is time and that's the minute. Let's say this is x-axis, show times all time, show y and x-axis, and that's the value of y. So we have x value and y value. You can choose any 2 of them. I'm going to choose that one and this. So 40 minus 64, as you see, let's say that's 1 minus that one. 10 minus 16 over 10 minus 16. That's equal negative 24 over negative 6. That's equal 24 divided by 4. Negative divided by negative positive. 24 divided by 4 is 4. Let's choose another point. Let's choose that one and this one. No problem. So 72. Let's say this is x2. So 76 minus 52 over 19 minus 13. 76 minus 52 is 24 over 19 minus 13 is 6. 24 divided by 6 is again 4. As you see, we find some different points, but the slope is all time same. The slope is constant value. It's not change. For any points, you can choose any 2 points and the slope all time will be same value. So there is one last thing left. Identifying constant and variable rates of change. Rates of change is the slope. So if slope is constant, that means a linear equation. For linear equation, slope is constant. So if there's a line, it's the constant rate of change. If it's not linear, so if it's not line, variable is variable rate of change. So to decide if it's variable rate of change or constant rate of change, we will check is it linear or not. If it's linear, constant. If it's not linear, variable rate of change. The graph shows a constant rate of change. The slope between any 2 points is always the same. So that's the slope. And for example here, as you see, it's going down, it's going up. There's a negative slope, there's a positive slope, there's a change. And there's a change, we will think it's variable rate of change. Thanks for listening. That's the end of the video.